Hi guys, today we're going to be reading about Black Heroes, 51 inspiring people from ancient Africa to modern day USA. And this is going to be part 2. On part 1 we were reading about Hatshepsut. Now we're going to be continuing reading about these amazing Black heroes. Let's begin.
Nefertiti. Nefertiti was a famous Egyptian queen. She was known throughout the kingdom for unmatched beauty and wisdom. Nefertiti, also known as Nefertiti, was likely born around 1370 BCE. Little else is known about her birth and childhood. However, many scholars believe she was born into a royal family. When she was 15, she married the pharaoh Amenhotep IV, who later changed his name to Akhenaten. Together they had 6 daughters. Nefertiti ruled as queen at her husband's side. Though it isn't proven, images found in royal tombs suggest she may have had equal power with him. She is shown in dominant positions, such as acting as a priest and even striking enemies. Whether or not it is true that she was her husband's co-ruler, the artifacts show that she was respected. There are as many images of her as of her husband in artworks and historical writings. In one drawing, she and her husband are shown sitting in thrones that are the same size. They are also shown embracing in some artwork, which suggests they had an affectionate relationship. Nefertiti's time as queen led to many changes in Egypt. When Nefertiti was in power, Egyptians worshipped several gods. Nefertiti and Akhenaten created a new religious practice, calling on all Egyptians to pray to only one god, named Aten. Their devotion to their god is clear in their names, as they both chose names that included the word Aten. Curiously, Nefertiti's presence later disappears from Egyptian history. She is not shown in any artwork after 1343 BCE, although some scholars believe she may have simply passed away. Others have suggested that Nefertiti became a pharaoh herself. Like other powerful women in Egypt, it's possible that she took another name and ruled the kingdom after her husband's death. In 1912, a bust of Nefertiti was discovered in an archaeological dig in Egypt. A bust is a sculpture of a person's head and shoulders. The bust of Nefertiti was in surprisingly good condition, considering how long it lay hidden under rubble. Many people wanted this remarkable artifact because its lifelike depiction offered a new glimpse into Nefertiti's life, and resounding beauty reignited the public's interest in ancient Egypt. Today, the bust remains on display in Berlin, Germany. Beautiful are the beauties of Aten. A beautiful woman has come, meaning of the name Nefertiti, which she likely chose for herself. To learn more about Nefertiti, see photographs and read more about the bust of Nefertiti by searching on ancientegyptonline.com. Tutankhamun, or King Tut. Tutankhamun, known as King Tut, was likely the youngest pharaoh in Egypt. He became known worldwide when his magnificent tomb was discovered. Little is known about King Tut's early childhood. He grew up in a royal family and took the throne as king before the age of 10. Because of this, he is known as the Boy King. The pharaoh before Tut, Akhenaten, who ruled with Nefertiti, was likely Tut's father. Egypt was in turmoil when the Boy King came into power, as he was so young. Tut's advisors likely held most of the power during his rulership. With their help, he restored Egypt to its former glory by rebuilding temples and other holy sites. He also brought back the traditional worship of many gods that Akhenaten had undone and moved the people back to the old royal city, which Akhenaten had abandoned. Unfortunately, King Tut passed away at a young age when he was only 18 or 19. He was unknown to history until his extravagant tomb was discovered by archaeologists in 1922. When they entered the first chamber, they were astonished by what they found. The walls were painted with murals that told the life story of King Tut, his funeral, and his passage to the afterlife. The tomb included artifacts and relics, such as precious jewelry and statues made from gold and ebony. The tomb was made up of 4 rooms, each containing thousands of priceless relics. King Tut's coffin and corpse were well preserved, giving scientists a rare look into the lives of ancient Egyptians. The most extraordinary thing they found was the elaborate gold mask that covered King Tut's face. Today, the mask is considered one of the most famous works of art from ancient Egypt. Though he was not an especially powerful ruler, the discovery of King Tut's tomb made him an important figure in our understanding of ancient Egypt. Many of the treasures found with him have been displayed in the world's most important museums. As my eyes grew accustomed to the light, details of the room within emerged slowly from the mist. Strange animals, statues, and gold everywhere, the glint of gold. By Howard Carter, speaking of the discovery of King Tut's tomb. To learn more about King Tut, you can find photos of the diary of Howard Carter online to read his first-person account of finding King Tut's tomb. Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was a prominent and wealthy ruler of Mali, a vast empire that once covered much of Western Africa. Mansa Musa was raised in a wealthy family of rulers. Research suggests he was directly related to a founder of the Mali Empire. Musa rose to power when the king went on a journey to explore the Atlantic Ocean and left Musa in charge. The king never returned. Musa became the ruler and was given the title Mansa, which means emperor. Mansa Musa increased the size of the empire by claiming victory over several other kingdoms, including the city of Timbuktu, which was already an important trading post. One of the world's first universities, the University of Sankore, was located in Timbuktu. After Musa made the city part of his empire, he turned the university into one of the most important centers of learning. At one point, Sankore was home to the largest library in the world. Like many other rulers, Mansa Musa was dedicated to building large places of worship and monuments. He was a devout Muslim and worked to spread his religion throughout his kingdom by building several magnificent mosques. Foreigners often visit Mali to admire the quality and style of his architecture. In 1424, Mansa Musa traveled to Mecca on a pilgrimage. He took nearly 60,000 men with him, as well as huge amounts of gold in order to trade and show off Mali's wealth. He gave away millions of dollars worth of gold on his journey. This caused problems for other kingdoms because they weren't prepared to be flooded with so much wealth. The traveling crew dressed in expensive silks. Naturally, Mansa Musa's travels caught the attention of many people. When he entered other empires, rulers made it a point to meet with him. Mansa Musa is recognized as one of Africa's most influential rulers. He was likely one of the wealthiest men in the world during his reign. This man flooded Cairo with his beneficence. He left no court emir nor holder of royal office without the gift of a load of gold. By Arab historian Ibn Fadlallah al-Umari, speaking of Mansa Musa's pilgrimage. To learn more about Mansa Musa, you can watch an anime lesson about Mansa Musa by searching on ed.ted.com.
And that was part 2 of Black Heroes. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon in another video. Bye!